Hello everybody, welcome to this instruction video. In this video I'd like to show you how to do Poly Plum's square Lisa. This is a beautiful square with a lot of texture on it and I really like this design. There are many interesting things happening and I'll take you step by step through the rows that make up this square. The yarn that I'm using is Scheepjes stonewashed yarn in combination with a 3.5mm hook. Round 1. I have a slip knot on my hook and I'm going to start with a chain 4, which I then close with a slip stitch in the first chain to form a ring. If you prefer, do a magic ring here, that's also good. So either way you have a circle that you're going to start with. Chain 1, this is not a stitch, just to get you to the correct height. Then inside the circle, inside the ring, work a single crochet. Chain 3 and another single crochet. I'm going to do this 4 times. 2, 3 chain stitches and a single crochet in the ring. This is all still small and a little fiddly, but once you get to the next rounds it'll be better. 1, 2, 3 chain stitches, a single crochet in the ring, and then one last time, 1, 2, 3 chain stitches. And now you don't have to do the last single crochet because you've already got that first one there, so I'm just going to close on that first single crochet with a slip stitch. And there we go. So now you've got 4 chain 3 loops with the single crochets in between. Round 2, I'm going to slip stitch into the next space. Here I'm going to start a corner. It's going to be a chain 3 for my first double crochet. Then another double crochet in this same space, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets in that same chain 3 space. 1 and 2. I've got 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles in the same chain 3 space. I'm going to do a front post double crochet around the next single. So if you look there, if you just pull it apart, you see that single crochet there. Do a front post double crochet around that. To yarn over, then around the post, front to back, and out the other side. Just pick up the yarn and complete double crochet. This set of stitches we're going to do all the way around. In the next chain 3 space, work 2 doubles and 2, chain 2 and 2 more doubles and 2. A front post double around the single crochet. Now then repeat 2 times. In the next stitch, 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. Around the single we make a front post single crochet. And complete the single. Last loop, 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. Then on that last stitch, that single crochet here, going to do a front post. But it is of course a little fudgy because we've also got that chain 1 there. Just around the single crochet, work a front post double. Then I'm going to close on the chain 3 with a slip stitch. Cut your yarn, because the next round we're using a new color. Round 3, I have a new color yarn on my hook, and we're going to start in any chain 2 corner space. Start in there with a standing single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet in the same stitch. On the next 5 stitches, I'm going to work a single crochet on each of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The next chain 2 space, a new corner, which is a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. Repeat this all the way around, and when you get to the first stitch, close on that stitch with a slip stitch. Round 4, I have a new color yarn on my hook. I'm going to start with a standing double crochet in any chain 2 corner space. Doesn't matter which one. Continue and we work 2 more doubles in the same space. Chain 2, and then 3 doubles in that same space again. 2 and 3. That's your new corner made. 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. You're going to skip the first stitch. That's that little stitch there, kind of being covered by your corner anyway. We're going to go to the second stitch. In that stitch, work a back loop, half double. So pick up the back loop only, work a half double, followed by a single crochet in the next stitch, back loop. We're now going to work a front post double around the front post double from round 2. So that's that one there. Yarn over, around the stitch, pick up your yarn and complete the double. On the back, I'm going to skip 2 stitches. So that one and the next. So those 2 we're going to skip. And then in the third, I'm going to work a single crochet, back loop. And the last stitch before the corner, work a half double, back loop. Next up is the corner. I'm going to do the same as the corner we started with. So that's 3 doubles, 2, 3, chain 2, and another 3 doubles. And then this is the same position where you started. And 3. And this corner is the same as that corner. So repeat on your other 3 edges also, and close on your first stitch. Round 5, new color yarn on my hook. In any chain 2 corner space, start with a standing single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet in the same space. That's your new corner made. We're now going to make a single crochet in every stitch till we're to the other side. So every stitch. So 1, 2, there's 11 single crochets. Then when you get to the other side, going to work the same corner we just did. So that's a single crochet, chain 2 and a single crochet, and repeat, go all the way around, work a single crochet on every stitch, and when you're at the first position again, close with a slip stitch. I've now worked 11, so the corner, single crochet, chain 2 and a single crochet. Go all the way around and close on your first stitch. Round 6, got a new color yarn on my hook, and we're going to start in any chain 2 corner space with a standing double crochet. Followed by another double, actually 2 more doubles because you're going to do 3 doubles, chain 2 and 3 more doubles, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles in the same stitch. This is your new corner. On the straight edge, I'm going to skip the first stitch, so that's that little one, that one. I'm going to skip that stitch. Then in the next stitch, back loop, going to work a double crochet. Skipping the first one, in the second stitch, back loop only, work a double. 1, I'm actually going to do that in the next 2, so also in the next stitch. In the next stitch, back loop half double. And the next, a back loop single. We're now going to come down and work a front post double, a front post double around the front post double from 2 rows down. Go to yarn over and around the front post, work another front post double, 2, chain 3, 3, and work another front post double around the same stitch. You can just stack them in front of one another. There you go. That gives you this this V-shaped stitch there. To the back, you're going to skip 4 stitches. So you just need to check that's the last one worked there. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. And then in stitch number 5, work a back loop single. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches skip. Am I doing that correct? Yes. And then work a back loop single, back loop half double, a back loop double crochet in the next 2. So 1 and 2, which brings you to the corner. And the corner is again 3 doubles, 2, 3. Oh dear, that went a little wrong. Let's do that again. 3 doubles, chain 2 and another 3 doubles, 1, 2 and 3. This corner is the same as that one. Repeat this all the way around, and when you've done that last double crochet, close on the first stitch. Round 7, new color yarn, and And we're again going to start in any chain 2 corner space. I'm going to start there with a standing single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet. That's your new corner. On the next 6 stitches we work a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You have 1 single crochet left and the front post here. We're going to skip those 2 and go to the chain 3 space. In that chain 3 space, going to work 3 doubles, chain 2 and 3 doubles. In that chain 3 space, it's 1, 2, 3 doubles, chain 2 and 3 doubles. And this kind of looks a bit like well, it looks a lot like the corner we made in the previous row. So that's in that chain 3 space. We're going to skip the treble, or sorry, the front post double and the single crochet. So this is the same as on that side. So we're going to skip those first 2 and then go to the next single crochet. We're going to work 6 again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 singles. Comes a chain 2 corner space. It's a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. And now you're at the same point we were where we started. So go all the way around, and when you get to the beginning, after your last single crochet, close on that first stitch. Round 8, new color yarn on my hook, and we're going to start in any chain 2 corner space. So it doesn't matter which corner you choose. And we're going to start in there with a standing double crochet. So 1, and we make 2 more. 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. That's your new corner made. 3 doubles, chain 2 and 3 doubles. For the first straight edge, we're going to skip the first stitch. So it's going to be that little stitch there. That's also kind of being covered by the corner stitches, and start in the second stitch. Back loop, we're going to make 3 double crochets. So in that second stitch, back loop and work 3 doubles. So 1, also in the next is 2 and 3. So skipping the first stitch, then work 3 back loop double crochets. Back loop half double in the next. So half double, and a back loop single in the next. We're going to skip the next single crochet and then work a front post treble around the front post double from round 6. So it's going to be this one down here. We're going to work a front post treble around that stitch. Let's twice over, then around the stitch, back up and complete the treble. And this front post treble here is going to be notoriously easy to forget, so remember this front post treble. After this we're going to skip the next 2 stitches. Oh sorry, first at chain 6. First at chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to skip basically everything that's here to the back, and we're going to work a front post treble around this front post double crochet on this side. It's again twice over, then around that stitch work a front post treble. 1, 2, 3. What you're going to do is you're going to pop that chain 6 to the back. We're going to connect this to our work in the next round. For the moment, just leave it to the back. Then you can see you've got these 2 front post trebles on either side of these double crochets that we did in the previous round. We're going to skip the first 2 stitches. So after, let me call it this point here, you're going to skip the first 2. So it's going to be this single crochet and that single crochet. Then go to the 3rd single crochet, and in the back loop work a single, a half double in the back loop of the next, and 3 doubles in the back loop of the next 3 stitches. There's 1 on each. 2 and 3. Next up is your corner stitch if everything went right, and in there you're going to work 3 doubles, chain 2 and 3 doubles. And this is then the same as the corner on the other side. And then you can repeat everything that we've just done on your next straight edge. So 1, just need 2, need 1 more, 3. To open up here, you can see is that your work will kind of tend to curl inward a bit. Don't worry about this. As this square grows, these things will flatten themselves out. Just going to pop that chain 6 to the back. So this straight edge, repeat that on the other 3 also. And after you've done your last back loop double crochet, close on your first stitch. Round 9. New color yarn on my hook, and we're going to start in any chain 2 corner space of your 4 corners. I'm going to start in there with a standing single crochet. Chain 2, and then another single crochet in the same stitch. That's your new corner. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. On the next 8 stitches, going to work a single crochet. So in the first one, so that's number 1, 2, 3, and there was almost 4. There we go, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Number 8 is going to fall in your last stitch before the front post treble here. So that's going to be number 8. What we're now going to do is we're going to skip the front post treble and then pick up the stitches from 2 rows down. And in these double crochets we're going to be working and making sure, at least for part of what we're doing, that the chain 6 loop is to the back. You don't want to cover it at this point. We're going to do that halfway. Let me show you. What we're going to do is going to skip the treble, and then on here you've got 3 double crochets. We're going to work a double on the second and third of those 3 stitches. That first one, I'm going to leave that one undone. So I'm going to work a double crochet in the second stitch, and be sure that your chain 6 space is to the back. You want to leave that unworked at this point. So that's 1 double crochet and work a double crochet on the next. So this is the third of those 3. So you've got the first one unworked, and the second and third you work a double crochet. We're now going to work in the chain 2 space here, the tip. And now we're going to catch the chain 6 loop also. So through the chain 2 and the chain 6. So now you want to catch everything. Pick up your yarn and work a double crochet. Work another double. Chain 2 and 2 more doubles. All 4 of these stitches you're catching both the chain 2 and the chain 6 to the back. We're going to come down and work on again these 3, the first and second after the little corner, the tip we made here. Exactly the same we did these 2, we're going to work those 2. And this time you're going to want to keep that chain 6 loop to the back. You don't want to work that. So on that first one, I'm just going to make sure that I miss that chain 6. Grab your yarn and complete the double. And also with the second one, keeping that chain 6 loop to the back. Now we're going to continue in the stitches from round 8. So we're going to skip the treble, and in that first single crochet going to work a single. In that first single crochet. It's the first of 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 8. In the chain 2 space, make a new corner. So that's a single crochet, chain 2, and another single. And I'm sure you can see how this single is the same as a single crochet corner we started with. Just to show you the work from the back, just open this up. You see here is your chain 6 loops that are still, well, undone, let me call them that. They're still open. Here in the middle you've caught them with those 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. So this is what your work should look like from the back. So from the front again, on the other 3 edges do exactly the same. And when you get to the first stitch, close on your first stitch. Round 10, new color yarn on my hook, and we're again going to start in any chain 2 corner space. I'm going to start in there with 3 double crochets, and the first one is of course a standing, and do 2 more, chain 2, and 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. That's your new corner made. This round is again very similar to 2 rows down and 4 rows down, so I trust that you're going to start to see the symmetry of what we're doing. Going to skip the first stitch, that's that little one, and in the second one, in the back loop, work a double crochet. And this time we work 5 because we've got more stitches than we had 2 rows down. 3, 4, and 5. Next is a back loop half double, followed by a back loop single crochet. You can see how the pattern, the idea is the same as 2 rows down. Number of back loop doubles, a half double and a single. Again a front loop, front post stitch, this time around the front post treble, going to work a front post double crochet. Yarn over around that treble, pick up and complete the double crochet. Again, notoriously easy to forget, so remember this front post. Chain 2, 1, 2. Now to the back, you see these two spaces from the chain 6. We're going to be working in those. In the next, actually the first one, work a double crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come over to the second space here and work a double crochet in there. Chain 2, come forward and work a front post double around the front post treble from 2 rows down. This is what your work now looks like from the back. Just turn it over. You see there are the 2 double crochets in those 2 parts of the chain 6 space. This way your chain 4 here, everything is to the back and it's already a little bit secured there, but we're going to do that again in the next round also. Very similar to what we did here with the purple stitches we're going to do in the next round. First we need to complete this round, so we're again going to come back to row, where are we at? Row 9, and work in row 9 now. So skipping the first 2 stitches in the 3rd back loop, single crochet, back loop half double, and then back loop double in the next 5. 2, 3, 4, and this is number 5. Next up is your chain 2 corner space. Going to work a new corner, the same as on the other side. So that's 3 doubles. This is number 3 doubles, chain 2, and 3 more doubles. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And as always, this corner is the same as the corner we started with. So on this straight edge, do that on the other 3 sides also, and close on your first stitch when you're all the way round. Round 11, with the new color yarn on my hook, again start in any chain 2 corner space with a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. New corner made. Very similar to what we did 2 rows down. I'm going to work a single crochet on each of the next 10 stitches. So that's stitch number. The first one, especially that very first one, be sure not to accidentally miss that. So next 10 stitches, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This number 9 and 10. Number 10 should fall in your last single crochet, so before the front post treble. We're now going to work very similar to what we did here with the purple. We're going to do again. We're going to skip the front post treble and go into these purple stitches. I'm going to work a double crochet on the last 3. So you've got that first one there. If I just open it up, that first one, we're going to skip that one, and then in the last 3 work a double crochet. And while you're doing so, again, be sure not to snag any of your loops or stitches here to the back. So only in these stitches from round 10, I believe it is, or 9, I don't know, don't remember. But into that, so let me just do that again. So you're going to skip that first one, and then in the second one, work a double crochet. And in the third one, and the fourth, which is the one, which is the stitch before the chain 2 space. And you now work 3 double crochets. And everything here to the back, that's still loose, you haven't connected anything. You're going to do that now with the chain 2 space. Because in the chain 2 space, going to work 2 doubles, and we're going to snag that chain 4 loop to the back. You're going to take both of them and complete your double. You're going to work 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 more doubles, all in that same space, and connecting the chain 4 space to your work. We're going to come down and work 3 double crochets on this side, the same as we did on coming up. So in the first stitch, and be sure to only take the stitch, so you've got these loops here to the back and those stitches to the back, be sure that you don't catch them, that you leave them unworked. So 1, 2, and 3. Oh, my yarn is just misbehaving. There we go. You can see how these stitches look very similar to what we've done a row down and a row down. Now we're going to come back and work in the red stitches. I'm going to skip the treble, front post treble, then go to that first stitch, which is the single crochet. And that's going to be the first of 10, which will bring you to the corner. And then you can make a new corner and start the next edge, and then go all the way around. I'll just work these last 2 stitches with you. So these should be 10 single crochets if everything went right. And the last one, then you have the corner, single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. Just want to show you your work from the back. If you look here to the back, you see you've got the 4 doubles connecting the chain 4 space to your work, and here you've got a chain 2, and there you've got a chain 2 that are still unworked, and you can get into those stitches easily. And also on this side you've still got a bit of space. So this is what you want your work to look like from the back. From the front again, go all the way around. When you get to the first stitch, close on there with a slip stitch. Round 12, new color yarn on my hook, and we're going to start with a standing double crochet in any chain 2 corner space with a standing double, followed by 2 more doubles. This is of course exactly the same as the corner we've made for all of these second round. Every second round, so it's the same as here, and there and there and there. So 3 doubles, chain 2, and 3 doubles. So 1, 2, and 3. So 3 doubles, chain 2, and 3 doubles in the chain 2 corner space. We're going to continue on the straight edge. I'm going to skip the first stitch. It's going to be that stitch there, which is covered by the corner, and go on to the second stitch. So that's that stitch. In the back loop, work a double crochet. back loop only, double crochet. And this is the first of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this is number 5, 6, and the last one, number 7. In the next stitch, a back loop half double. And in the next back loop, single crochet. We're now going to come down and work a front post double around the front post from 2 rows down. So that means yarn over, then around that double crochet work a front post double crochet, creating a nice textured line here. Chain 2. Going to go to the back of our work. As you see here, you've got all these spaces from 2 rows down. We're going to be working in those. In the first chain 2 space, here, this first space, work a single crochet in that chain 2 space. Chain 2, work a single crochet in the chain 4 space before the set of double crochets you have here. This is from the tip, so before that work a single crochet. Chain 2, now go to the other side of this set of doubles and still in the chain 4 space, see where I'm at, work a single crochet. Chain 2, and then in the chain 2 space here to the back, work a single crochet. Chain 2, and now come back to the front and work a front post double around the front post double. And complete that front post double. So what does your work look like from the back? Let's just take a moment to see. Just open this up. You've got chain 2, single crochet in the first chain 2 space, chain 2, a single crochet in between this, I believe that was a double crochet, and all these doubles that you've got in there, so that little stitch. Same chain 2, and it's same on the other side. Chain 2 and a single crochet here in the chain 2 space, the chain 2 before the front post double. So this is what your work looks like from the back. Back to the front, you're going to come up and skip the first 2 single crochets. So you see here 1, 2 singles, going to skip those, then in the third single back loop work a single crochet, half double in the next, and a double crochet in the next 7. Everything back loop stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Next up is the corner, same corner as before, so that's 3 doubles, 2, 3 doubles, chain 2, and 3 more doubles. So 1, 2, and 3. This corner, same as the corner we started with. So what we've just done on this edge, do that on your other 3 also, and then close on your first stitch. Round 13. This round is going to be different from what we've done till now. So we're not going to be working like these single crochets here. What we're going to do is we're going to work back post single crochets on most of our stitches, and then here in the back, in those chain 2 spaces we made in the last round, we're going to be working double crochets. It's mostly what we're going to be doing. I have a slip knot on my hook. You can start on any corner. We're going to start in the first double crochet after the corner, so in that stitch, going to work back post single crochets, and the first one is going to be a standing back post single. From the back to the front, around the post of that stitch, and the first one can always be a little tricky. Start with a back post standing single crochet. This is the first stitch of 10. You're going to make 10 of these back post singles in total, including that first standing one. And these things take time, these stitches. That's 3, 4. If it's easier for you, you can flip your work over, and then your back posts become a front post. And that actually does go a bit faster. So I often work when I have a long series of back post stitches, I have the back of my work facing, and then I can just act as though it's a front post, and that goes faster. But if you want to work the way you're supposed to, without all the little tricks, you have your front of your work facing, and from the back to the front you work your stitch. So back post single crochets, you need 10. This is the last one. This is number 10. Let me just count and double check. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 back post single crochets. What you see happening is you see these stitches, they roll forward, and that gives you a nice edge. The next stitch is the half double. We're going to work a back post half double around that stitch. So around that stitch, back post half double. We're going to skip the single and the front post here. We're going to go to the back, and in those chain 2 spaces we made in the last round, we're going to be working in those. In the first one we worked 2 doubles, 2 doubles in the second, 3 doubles in the third one, then 2 doubles again, and 2 doubles. That's what we're going to be doing. So in that first chain 2 space, the first one, work 2 double crochets. 1, 2. The next chain 2 space, work 2 doubles. So 1, 2. The next one is the center one, it's the one behind your tip. It's 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. 2 doubles in the next. Oh dear, my cat just sneezed. And 2, and 2 doubles in the last chain 2 space. There we go. You can see how this makes a background for the tip from 2 rows down. Going to do the same on this side as we did on that side. So we're going to skip the front post treble, and we're going to skip the single. Then around the half double, we're going to make a back post half double. Around that stitch, back post half double. If you look closely, you see there's the stripe from the stitch. Then the next stitches, all 10 of them, going to make a back post single crochet. And 2, 3, 4, and again if you want to tip your work forward, flip it over and then work front post stitches, which I do a lot actually. 4, 5, 6, this is number 7, 8, and then the last 2 I'll work from the front again. 8, 9, and then number 10. This is the last one before the chain 2 corner space. 10, back post, single crochet. As you can see the stitches there, and how they roll this edge forward. The corners, the chain 2 corner, you're actually going to skip the chain 2 corner. What you have to do is make a chain 2. That's your new corner. Skipping the chain 2 space, on the next stitch work a back post single again. And this back post single is exactly the same as the standing back post single stitch we started with. So that stitch there is the same as that stitch there. Means you're now going to do 10 back post singles, the back post half double, and then work in your chain spaces here to the back. So everything you've just done, do that all the way around. After your last chain 2, you're going to work these back post single crochets, chain 2, and then close on this first standing stitch with a slip stitch. Leave your yarn attached because we're going to be using the same color in the next round. Round 14. You're currently in that single crochet or that back post single crochet with a slip stitch. You can do one of 2 things. I'm going to continue from this point onwards because I'm using the same color yarn. However, if you want to, you can also cut your yarn and start in the corner. This is up to you. I'm going to start here because then I don't have to work in an extra yarn tail. So we're going to work in half doubles on every stitch with the exception of here in the middle. I'm going to do a chain 2. This is my first half double. Then in the next stitch work a half double. You want 16 half doubles along this edge in total, including that starting chain 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 14, and as you do 15 you're really passing behind your this tip here, and this is number 16. I've now done 16 half doubles, counting and including that starting chain 2. Your next stitch is going to be the center of the 3 double crochets you have back here. You see that's the center one. And we're going to be catching this petal you've got here, that tip. You're going to work a half double, yarn over, to go through the chain 2 space and your next stitch and connect everything with the half double. Then on your next stitch work a half double, and you're going to have to make sure that you get into that because that's going to be a little bit covered by your work here to the front. And then going to work 16 half doubles again until you get to the corner. I believe this is number 2, 3. One more stitch to go. It's my last one. So now I've worked 16 stitches since that one, so that the 1 to 16 brings me to the corner. The corner work only in the chain 2 space from round 13. That's important. Only the chain 2 space from round 13. The corner is 2 half doubles, chain 2, and 2 half doubles, and 2. So what happens is by only working in the corner is this chain 2 loop from round 2 rows down or so, then that forms a nice edge here on your work. You see that continuous edge, then you get that effect. So be sure to leave this chain 2 space unworked. Now onto my straight edge again. Work a half double on the next 16 stitches. Then when you're halfway here, with that center stitch, catch the petal you've got here, go to your next edge, work the corner, go all the way around. When you get to your first stitch, in my case it's the chain 2 here, you start it in the corner, it'll be your standing half double, close on your first stitch. Round 15, new color yarn on my hook, and we're going to start in any chain 2 corner space. I'm going to start with a standing single crochet in that corner. Chain 2 and another single crochet. That's your new corner made. We're going to skip the first stitch, and that stitch there, and that's actually making life easy for us because this first stitch went on a half double, it's always hard to get into. Second stitch, work a single crochet. Continue and work a single crochet on every stitch. When you get to the other side, work a new corner. It's going to be again a single crochet, chain 2 and a single crochet. Then remember to skip the first half double and work your another edge, a single crochet on every stitch. Go all the way around and then close on your first stitch. Round 16, new color yarn on my hook, and we're going to work the last round of this square. Start in any chain 2 corner space and work a corner, which is going to be 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles in the same space, and 2. That's your new corner made. On the straight edge, work a double crochet in the back loop of every stitch. First one, always a little tricky, that first one. Back loop, double crochet to the other side. When you get to the corner, work a new corner. It's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles in your chain 2 corner space. And then go all the way round. After you've done your last back loop double crochet, close on your first stitch. When you've finished the square and worked away all your yarn tails, this is what your square looks like. A bit wobbly and wonky, so take a moment to block the square. You'll find there's also quite some stretch still in here because the design pulls inward. So take a moment to block the square to get it nice and flat. And when you've finished blocking your square, this is what it looks like, nice and straight. Brings us to the end of this instruction video. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again next time.